fell short on our Mother's Day, or on our Mother's Day this year. I fell a little short, and wasn't a total epic failure, but I didn't hit all the notes, check all the boxes. But
not bringing the mimosas to the beach was a problem.
Yeah, there's a couple things. So
you got the beer cool.
I forgot a lot of things, right? So anyway, I had a list in my phone. Oh, but this year's been a busy one, and I've been distracted. Otherwise, I mean, there's no excuse. So I had very low expectations for this Father's Day. I had, Amy had every right to mail it in, but it was a good one. I wanted to give you a chance, Mike, to share what you got to do on your Father's Day, but ours. So I went to the beach. My sister in LW and Wyatt, my nephew, all came and spent a long 4 days with us. It was great.
Yeah.
I did not want it to end.
I saw y'all's pictures. They looked really fun.
Yeah. I love hanging out with LW and Kelly. They're in a whole, as has been the case our whole lives, man. They're a couple years out there in front of me, right? So what they like to do and what I like to do has not always really been the same. So if we were to hang out 5 years ago, it was a little bit more of a distance between what entertained me and Amy and what entertained Kelly and LW. But that distance has closed quite a bit in the last couple of years, especially as my kids are starting to get older.
Her teenagers are moved off.
Yeah. And Wyatt is still young enough to engage, interact, and play with the girls. He is great with our girls. They played in the pool all day long. To be his age in racing and doing all the things that he's doing and maturing and experiencing some pretty cool stuff, he is very good with our 2- and 5-year-old daughters. They play in the pool and kid and joke around, and sweet boy. And so, but also me sitting up and playing loud music all day and drinking a case of beer, is not what I ended up doing this weekend. And it was it's I guess I've matured a little bit in that respect, but I still enjoy that. But it's got a time and a place, right?
I think you and the beer found each other this weekend, didn't you?
I drank some beer.
Yeah.
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 But I'm just saying, no.
It's not a bender.
It's not
Look,
if I had been hanging out there with my wife and no kids, I would have drank a case of beer on Father's Day.
You're tearing it up.
A whole case. No
Damn.
problem.
Right on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But having them around, you make adjustments, and
that's a good word for it.
Those adjustments are easier to make, is my point, these days. Right? Yeah. Make play into your crowd and I enjoyed it, man. It's not that they don't drink and hang out and have fun. We listened to music, sat by the pool, had a few drinks here and there, but it was moderated and it was really nice. And so, anyways, we went out to the beach and enjoyed, finding sand dollars and we found this clam. When we're out on the beach, we find shells all the time. Clam shells, and I've never found one alive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so we found one, and it was probably the size of your fist. And we laid. It was low tide, so we all sit there in the water, about a foot of water, and we watched this thing walk around.
Oh wow!
It opened up and would shoot this arm out and move itself in the sand. It was cool as hell.
Yeah.
And anyways, I did the same thing. We've talked about this on the show. I brought all the out to the beach. All the
You're that dad.
Oh, we did it even more this time. I had the bimini top up, stuck in the sand. And we had another tent sort of shade for the kids.
Oh, I was going to say must be for Kelly and LW, but no, for the kids. Yeah. Good. That's smart, actually.
Oh man, and they did.
Yeah.
Everybody took. I set all this up. Right. We got 2 tents, and all the chairs, everything. Right. Throw it all out. I get it all situated. They take off out to the sandbar because it's low tide, and we ended up spending all our time out there.
So you put it up, but nobody.
And then
used
everybody's, we come back to the, we're out there for an hour or whatever, and finally everybody's like, yeah, let's go back to the house. Okay, all right. I put all this up.
Wait a second. What about remember all the work I did on this? Nope, nothing.
So I took 5 beers to the beach, and you're not supposed to take beer out there, but I took 5 beers to the beach and I drank 2, and we're coming back home.
Dang, man.
I had 5 beers for about a good 3-hour sit.
Yeah, wow, that is an adjustment.
Yeah.
That's not around a wedge.
No,
That's changing the spring.
Well, when you're on a non-alcoholic beach, you're not allowed to have alcohol out there. You don't take a damn case of beer out there, Mike.
A little obvious.
Yeah, and I got these little things that slide over the beer that make it look like a Mountain Dew, or a Dr. Pepper, or a Coca-Cola.
Of course you do.
I got about 6 of those, right? And I slide them over the beers, throw them in the cooler. So you just pull them out, and they're already disguised.
They're thinking that guy loves his soda.
Yeah.
That's a soda drinking soda
it's
there,
a $1,000 fine, man, if you get busted with alcohol.
$1,000 fine?
It's a non-alcoholic beach, son.
$1,000 fine?
Yes.
What the heck?
Okay, are you disguising your beers now?
Yes.
All right.
No,
Get
I'm
off
not
my
even taking them. I mean, God,
You're not even taking them? What a wimp.
Not a $1,000 fine.
Come on, son.
No, sir. No.
I mean, there's people out there holding Dixie cups, and I know what the hell's in that cup. I ain't going to be sitting out there drinking water.
Right.
Kiss my I'm taking my beer out there.
Well, now that we've broadcast this on the old podcast, $1,000 fine it's kind of like a pit road speeding penalty. Now that you said, what you're doing.
Oh, you think I got one coming?
Maybe.
Hey, I don't know. I don't know that I'm all that recognizable out there on the beach.
Yeah, I believe that.
I mean,
Is it a crowded beach?
I got that same damn shade that everybody else has bought on the internet, whatever that damn blue and teal thing is.
Yeah.
I got that same. You walk out there and look on the beach, and everybody's got one of them damn things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, they're nondescript.
Yeah.
Yeah, they blend
Everybody got the same one. So
Well,
I look like everybody else out there. I'm just hanging
If
out.
I'm smuggling goods onto the beach, I probably am going for the blue and teal thing as well. I'm going to look like everybody else.
I like that it's a non-alcoholic beach because there's an alcoholic, there's a beach that allows alcohol right next to us. And there's you can see it, right?
Okay.
You can look up the shoreline and see it, and there's a bridge that connects the 2 islands. And that beach is slammed full.
Sure it is.
God almighty, you can't move. You ain't got no room.
Yeah.
So the non-alcoholic beach, not quite as crowded.
I believe it.
Yeah.
There's not as much regret on that beach.
But they've, you're kidding yourself if you don't think about 90% of the people on the non-alcoholic beach have alcohol out there.
Yeah.
Kidding yourself.
Wow, dude, that's interesting, man.
Anyway.
I think I want to say that I'm proud of you for, exhibiting control and keeping it limit.
If they get me, they get me.
I ain't changing. I ain't changing.
Man,
By God, this ship has sailed. I'm drinking my beer.
I
By
tried,
God.
man. I tried. You know what? You know how I got it's not that the authorities aren't on to this, but they make these bags, right, that you carry. It's a see-through bag. It's a beach bag. You put your speaker in there, your phone, your towels, all that, right? You fill that thing up. And it's a beach bag, and it sits right there with all your it kind of blends right in. And in the bottom of it, though, the bottom's a cooler. So I think they make it's not so much like a hidden cooler, but if you don't know it's there, you'd never look and go, oh, yeah, let me see in the cooler at the bottom. The bottom of the bag unzips, and it's a cooler. And so I'm sure that, the beach patrol has seen many of these things, and they know that they exist. But I think if you have that bag sitting there and your beers are in the cooler in the bottom of this bag, right, and it's just – have y'all seen these? You know what I'm talking about? No. So so you know what a beach bag looks like, right? And it's netted.
Yeah.
Well, there's a zipper around the bottom, and it hinges open, and you can pack about 8 or 10 beers in there. and you throw a couple ice packs, and then you zip it up, and you'd never know that it was a cooler on the bottom of the bag. So it's kind of hidden away. But that's not enough, man. You know, if you take that bag out there and you don't have a true cooler, so you got to have a real cooler full of drinks that are not alcoholic, right? And so when the patrol, if they want to stop at your place and say, hey, man, show them what you got. Well, here's my cooler, right? And then they're so distracted by the true cooler and what might be inside it. Oh, might be some alcohol in here. They never look at the bag. They never even think about the bag being the thing that has the beer in it.
They do now.
Yeah. Well, no, they don't. I mean, they probably already know all. I don't know.
Dude,
I'd love to have I'd love to have somebody else in here
at your
that
age
smuggles beer on a beach. It's like I'm the only motherfucker in this room. Come on. Who here? Raise your hand if you drug beer out on the beach. Ain't supposed to.
I got to be honest with you. I didn't know that was something not allowed. I guess I didn't see the sign that says non-alcoholic beach, or maybe I've just never gone to one.
All right.
It never occurred to me that maybe I've smuggled drinks onto a beach that I didn't realize it was smuggling.
I want it known I got about 75% participation. There's other people in here that are also understanding the conversation we're having.
I understand what you're doing. I'm impressed. You're at your age, still acting like you're underage drinking, and
That's
you're smuggling stuff. Do you bring your ID? Is it a fake ID too?
Okay.
Good for you.
Oh my God.
He's found his youth again. He's sneaking beers onto a beach.
It's $1,000 fine, Mike.
Dude, that's insane. No, I'm with you. That's the part I'm surprised
You want to walk out there holding the case with it's still in the box? Come on, bring it on, boys.
No, I just
come and get me.
I don't go to the beach at find you $1,000 to bring a beer. That's the logical explanation.
Well, it's not my damn decision that's their law.
It's your decision to go.
The council. I have a house on this island.
But that was your decision.
I'm not gonna not buy a house because they got a law on the beach.
Somebody in this planet, maybe listening, did not buy a house because it was across from a non-alcoholic beach.
I love this house that I found of the 7 that I looked at all around in this area, but I ain't buying this son of a with this $1,000 fine. Hell with that.
I mean, $1,000. All right, show it. Since we're polling the room, who thinks $1,000 fine is enough to deter you what you would like to do? Maybe you go alternate your plan. Anybody? Oh, I swear to God, I know this freaking room already.
Would you not buy the house?
All right. So for the record, 80% actually agrees with that.
That's bull. I got two
80.
hands got raised. That's 20%.
Over here.
Would you buy the house or not buy the house because of a $1,000 fine for non-alcohol?
I would still buy the house.
You'd still buy the house. You just disguise your coolers, your beers.
I would still buy the house. $1,000 if you get caught with that. I guess I just couldn't.
It's a good deterrent. So wait. Let me put it to you.
I don't live my life like it's a crime.
In all fairness, Mike, listen.
What?
As I said earlier, the fine is working for you as a homeowner that wants to go out on the beach and have a little more space, because the fine in the non-alcohol law deters the out-of-towners from coming there in a way, right?
For sure.
Yeah, they're like, hey, man, alcohol beach or non-alcohol beach? Which one y'all want? Well, everybody's going to go to the alcohol beach, man. They're free to bring whatever they want, walk around, drinking their drinks.
I get that. And I also get it even more that you have kids. You don't go to specific beaches.
Yeah, and if you live on this island, you like the law, because even if you do want to sneak your beer out there, it's a less populated beach, right? So that's good. That's good for people that live there and want it to be that way, right?
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
You got to weigh the pros and the cons, man.
You're getting upset at me because I'm impressed by you. What's up with that? Like, I'm impressed by you.
I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling that emotion from you, man.
Not feeling that I'm impressed?
No.
Dude, I am.
Yeah.
Listen, I got to be honest with you. You know why I'm impressed? Like, I had a moment this past week where I realized I had a reminder of how old I am now. Like, it's not like you're just not young anymore. So I had this, and it's on a common activity that shouldn't be a reminder of how old. You know what it was? I kneeboarded. Big deal, right? I kneeboarded.
That's awesome.
I kneeboarded, and I kneeboarded for a while, and then the next 2 days, including even today, maybe I'm still feeling it. Like, my body's sore. I didn't do any like crazy tricks. I just went to the left, went to the right, hopped over some waves, this, that, and the other.
Behind a boat?
Behind a boat, yeah.
So
and I'm so sore, and it's like, God dang, man, can't do it like you used to.
No, that's not true, man. That's because that is probably the only physical activity you've done in the last 2 months. And that's why you're sore. Kneeboard every day, and then you won't be sore.
What makes you think I haven't done any physical activity? What about me makes you think there's zero physical activity going on right now? Just say it, Dale. What is it? I can be active. I can do some things.
When I do things like that too. That's not a young thing.
He goes to a couple core classes, and all of a sudden he's Mr. Exercise. Oh, look at me! There ain't nobody in here can exercise like me.
I went to my first core class. I was sore for 3 days. Much like you, kneeboarding for the first time in forever.
Yeah, I mean, I was walking around. It was, my point on this was
it's not an old. Don't put yourself in that box.
I think it is an old thing.
No, it ain't.
I didn't exercise back then either.
How old are you? You're like 10 years younger than me.
I'm 2 years younger than you.
2. Oh.
Yeah, and Amy is convinced that I'm actually 5 years older than you.
That's probably just because you have more gray hair than I do.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. We ought to ask her. She's like, you're not younger than Dale. And I'm like, I am. Quit insulting me.
Well.
Anyways. Again, I'm impressed. I think you're still like, you're throwing down, man. Bring some beers on the beach. You risk a little fine here, a little fine there.
We weren't even going to talk about this today. The one thing I wanted to tell you that I did on Father's Day, so the beach was great. We had fun. And I'll be as excited to sneak my beer out there even after letting all this out there. But so Amy, so your wife tells you, hey man, I got a plan for Father's Day or any holiday, right? And you're like, have you ever had a reaction that was like a knee-jerk reaction and not a good reaction to the plan? And then you're like, oh, shit, I just threw that out there. Yeah. I really didn't mean. So my wife said, think about this. I'm thinking that, man, me and her are going to do something. Kelly and LW, in my mind, aren't at this, on this. I don't remember that they're coming. Okay. I've forgotten that LW and Kelly and Wyatt are going to be with us on this holiday. And so Amy's like, I got a plan for Father's Day. I'm like, oh, I wonder what we're going to do. Wonder what her plan is. Can't wait. It's always something I've never done before. And she says there's a place in Charleston where we're going to have brunch, and there'll be a quartet that sings gospel. And they sing it really loud. And so you're going to have brunch while this is happening. And I was like, seriously? That's what we're doing? And this is like, I don't get a choice. And so that was my reaction, right? And she's like, hey man, that is not the best, that's not the right reaction. Like, you're going to have fun, you're going to like it. And then she goes, Kelly and LW are going to be there. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. All right, I can picture all that, all of us being together, and maybe that would be cool. But right out of the gate, I was like, damn, that's not what I would have chose to do on, my day. It's Father's Day, man. It's your day. So
the gospel quartet's even kind of throwing me a little bit.
Yeah. And so I was like, all right, I'm in. I deserve this.
Oh, because of the Mother's Day thing.
I'm like, I need to shut up and just go on with this and
take it.
And it's probably going to be great. And so she's like, it's hard to get into this thing. I got a friend that helped us get a table. And so we drive into town, get out and park a block away from this place, and it's right on the King Street or one of the busy streets down there in Charleston. We don't go into Charleston too much. We don't go into town too much, but this is kind of where we're spending our vacation for the weekend. And so we go into this restaurant, man. The people, as soon as you open the door, the quartet's right there on the right. There you are singing. They're mid-song. And it's great. Everybody at the entrance, there's like at least 4 or 5 hostess, male and female, and they're just bubbly. happier in hell that you came in there. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, all of them. Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day. And just smiling ear to ear, literally from ear to ear. And they got us we're upstairs because of, I guess, being a bigger group. I guess we're going to go upstairs. So they take us upstairs, and the whole time, man, quartet's just going, singing a gospel song, right?
Yeah.
Something out of the hymn book. And so I wish I could remember the exact song. I remember it. I mean, when I walked in, I recognized it immediately, right? It's
an old gospel hymn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we go upstairs and we sit down, and man, the food was amazing. Our girls, are piddling and being girls. And we ordered our food. We ate, and it was great. It was really, really great. Then, as we were sort of winding down our brunch, the girls went down the stairs and stood on the landing of the stairs and was able to observe the singing and all of that and take that in a little bit. And then we left, and it was great. It was good. I will say, and I really, this place is amazing. If you ever get a chance, I don't even remember the name of it. Oh, I think it's Hall's Chop House.
Oh, wow.
Maybe the name of it.
It's a steakhouse that gets to have brunch in it.
Yeah, I think it's Father's Day brunch.
Is the barbershop quartet an everyday thing, or is it was that a Father's Day kind of anomaly type thing?
I don't think this was a Father's Day only brunch.
Okay.
And so, if you ever get a chance or hear about this or whatever, I think there's a couple of these that Hall's Chop Out. It was great. I want them to know. I don't want them to think that I'm making a joke of this or saying I didn't enjoy it or whatever. It was awesome. Go if you hear about it, get a chance to go. And for the hospitality, they were the hostess, the service, top shelf. But it was, for me and my brain, it was sensory overload.
Oh, yeah.
And so when I walked out of there, man, I felt like I had done some mental gymnastics.
I'm glad you said that. I've got something I want to tell you about it, but keep going because this is interesting.
I mean, I got out of there and went and sat in the car and just like had to take a minute, right, to get my thoughts together. Because I will say, like, I think if I go there with just Amy or go there with an adult group, the kids throw another challenge into the mix, right? You got a 2-year-old over here that's wants down. I want down.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can't get down. I want down. Well, yeah, you can't get down. I want down. I want down. I want down. They want out of the chair. They want to walk around. It's busy in there, man. People bustling around, doing things.
Yeah.
Waiters and people coming out of every direction, taking plates and this and that and other. And so I think if it was if it was all adult as a group, it would have been not as difficult mentally to take in all of those processes all at once. But having the kids there, and I don't want to put it on them, but
no, kids create chaos for sure.
I feel terrible just
you don't need to
analyzing this like this, but
everybody listening knows exactly what you're talking about.
But man, it was good. I would do it again. It was different, It was great. The singing was great. The atmosphere in there was positive and yeah, good experience, but different. I've never done anything like that before.
Listen, Amy's legacy, when I say her legacy, I kind of mean a little sarcastically because when we talk about Amy, one of the things is that she got you out of your shell, right? Like we're going way back when y'all first met. Like she got you out of your shell. She challenged you to go do new things, and that was something that you had never had. And that to this day is still happening. And that is one of the things that I think is awesome about Amy is that she challenges you. You would never in a million years go do the things that she has you doing.
Never.
Ever.